guys, so it's been the best week ever because yesterday I filmed the Amy Lee Dream Too Much review because I got it yesterday, and today I got a new package. So I do know what this is. This is going to be Epica, the Holographic Principle. So if you're interested in Epica and you want to stay tuned for a review of the album, that's what this video is going to be about. So let's open it. I ordered this straight from Epica's indie merch website, because I live in the US, it makes it easier to get things from them. The last Epica earbook had kind of a matte cover, and this one is like the Nightwish one that has the glossy cover with kind of shiny iridescent. You can see that it's even got like texture in these little glass shards, I guess. So the Holographic Principle has 12 tracks. The second CD is an acoustic CD with 5 tracks on it. The last one only had 4 tracks, so that's cool. And the instrumental CD is also included. I like the instrumental CD. That's part of the reason why I get the deluxe versions, is because I really like the instrumentals. Oh no, this is not glossy. This is also kind of a slick matte, but then when you start getting into the black hole, I guess I should probably show it once I get the plastic off. Once you start getting into the black hole and the face and everything, there's like some, like iridescence to it that's really cool. So, okay, so here's the front cover. It's kind of got matte, and then when you get onto this design, it becomes shiny through here. I don't know if you can see in the light. It's very nice. I don't know, it looks very 3D. There are lots of different textures on the front of this, so that's interesting. You open it up, and there's the 3 things, and I stuck the little sticker in here that was on the plastic. I'm not going to flip through the entire book and show you every page, but if you do want to see the whole inside of the book, Nuclear Blast put out a video called The Holographic Principle Unboxing, I think. And you basically see Simone's hands flipping through, and you can see every page. It was very tempting to watch it before I got this, but I wanted it to be a surprise. But I did see her open this up, and I had the little slots that the CDs go down in, as opposed to having like the little dolly thing in the middle and they just pop out. The only thing I have to say about that is that I have the Nightwish Endless Form's Most Beautiful earbook, and it also has the little slots. And there's glue holding it together down here. At least in the Nightwish one there is. And over time, especially if you've got them like standing up on display like I usually do, at least for videos and stuff, is that the CDs kind of migrate down into that glue, and then when you pull them out, they're stuck in the glue, and there's like glue along the edge, and you have to like try to rub it off. Which for the Nightwish album was actually kind of a big problem. You know, it was an almost 80-minute album, and so it was, almost going on to the part where the data was on the CD, and I didn't want to, rub and possibly damage the CD trying to get the glue off. So I had to make like little tissue paper inserts to stick them down in. This one, I don't feel any stickiness in there. When they go down in, they seem like they stop against something, so maybe they've improved that. That's the only thing I have to say about that. Okay, let me flip through. This is exciting. I've never seen this, so. Okay, so there's more space between the lines. In the last one, the lines were just kind of like, they had like a slash between them, I think. I could be wrong, but they had like kind of a slash between them, and they were really close together, so it was just like a paragraph of text. In this one, there's like more space. Like they're still on... it's still written like a paragraph, but there's more space in between. So the lyrics are, the acoustic, it looks like the acoustic versions are really similar to songs like Universal Love Squad and Universal Death Squad. And there's new lyrics printed in the back for the acoustic songs too. So that was different from the last time. So I wonder if they're different. I haven't read them yet, so I'll find out, I guess. I like this page. This page with like the band photo and the lyrics on the side. Okay, this is interesting. On this page there's like kind of like a recreation of the 3 mountains along the bottom. That is kind of the motif from the Quantum Enigma, so that's interesting. And the line "New perceptions keep us inspired," that's from the Quantum Enigma title track. So interesting. Okay. Okay, so overall, good first impression. I really like the design of the package is really cool. Oh, I wish I could catch this in the light. I can't tell if you guys can see this or not. Okay, so I've looked through it now, and now I'm going to attempt to listen to all of it, and then I will be back with a discussion of the music. So, alright, so I'm back after having listened to the entire Holographic Principle album, as well as the Acoustic Principle, the 5 acoustic tracks that came with the earbook. I haven't listened to the instrumentals yet, but they're the same songs as on the album, just without the vocals. So, wow, I have to say, okay, I like Epica's newer stuff more than their older stuff. Like, the Quantum Enigma was my favorite album by them. I really liked this. It was similar to the Quantum Enigma, but I mean, I don't know, it felt very cohesive. All the songs seemed to fit really well together. You know, the progression from one to the next didn't seem abrupt. It was like you were kind of ready for the next song. Definitely, let's see. And the Acoustic Principle was also really interesting because they did some really, really different things with the songs that you just weren't expecting. So my favorite tracks, my number one track, I think, right now after having listened to all the songs once through, is A Phantasmic Parade. That song just like really, I don't know, it had such an interesting tune to it that she was singing, and it was really interesting. The lyrics were written by Simone, and the music was by Arjen van Weesenbeek and Epica. So the drummer was actually the primary composer on the music of this, which there aren't very many, not very many of the Epica songs have Arjen as the primary composer, and it had, I don't know, to me it just took it to the next level. Like, all the songs were good. There wasn't a song that I was like, I don't like this, I can't wait for it to be over. Like, they were all good, but that one really jumped out at me. Also, runners-up were Ascension, Dream State, Armageddon. I really liked that one. That one had such a mood. It just really pulled you in. And I'm also a sucker for the songs that like have the really challenging vocals in it. And it's not, like, the notes are not challenging, it's the way she sings it. It's the way the verses are so incredibly soft, they're almost whispered. It just really gives you a mood, and then there's that really high part in the middle, in the background. That'll be interesting. So I also really like Dancing in a Hurricane. I think I really like this. I really like a harmonic minor scale. So anything that's in a harmonic minor is probably going to catch my attention anyway, just because I like the way that sounds so much. That's kind of a Middle Eastern scale. But this one had that, and also just like a really good drum beat and everything. Before the album came out, they released 2 songs, Universal Death Squad and Edge of the Blade. And Edge of the Blade actually still remains one of my favorites. I'm not sure if I'm just more familiar with it and that's why, but some of them I think will probably grow on me a little bit more as I listen to them more. Like Edge of the Blade definitely grew on me as I listened to it more. So I think it was just kind of the familiarity of that. But it is a really good song. They do really cool things with the major and minor scales in that song. At the beginning of the song goes da 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 da. It's like a kind of a, it goes from a, that might not have been exactly the progression, but it goes from a major to a minor scale and then back. It's really interesting. Those were just the tracks that stood out to me. I think that, I mean, there were a lot of really interesting things going on. Beyond the Matrix, the choir part in the chorus was really interesting. Once Upon a Nightmare also had kind of a captivating progression to it. Like, it really, it drew you in, and it was like, it seemed like it kind of just kept getting better. Like, I was also really impressed with that song. On the acoustic disc, they took 4 songs from the album, and then there's 1 song, Immortal Melancholy, that's not on the album. There is another version of Immortal Melancholy that's going to be on the Edge of the Blade EP, which I'm getting. soon, and I'm going to try to lump that in. I'll show it to you at the end of this video. On the Quantum Enigma, the 4 tracks that were acoustic versions were like, they were really good, but they were relatively similar in composition to the original song, so it was cool to see them branch out and edit their own material. And I have to say, I actually enjoyed Beyond the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, which is the acoustic version of Beyond the Matrix, as much or better than I liked the original song. So they did a really good job with that. So those are my favorite songs off the album. This is really a heavy album. I'm looking at the track listing right now, and there isn't really one on the main album that you could consider a ballad. They're all pretty heavy. Once Upon a Nightmare starts out softer, and Ascension also starts out softer, but they're all pretty heavy. Really the only ballad is Immortal Melancholy, unless you consider the acoustic versions. You could definitely tell that they were using a lot more like ethnic instruments and stuff, like especially the ethnic percussion and everything. You could hear that not only on the original album, but also in the acoustic versions. And it really came out good. I think this is solid. And the packaging and everything, I mean, I've never really been disappointed by something that Nuclear Blast has put out. Epica and Nuclear Blast have done it again. I'm really impressed with this album, and I definitely recommend it. The earbook is still available, I know. At least when I looked online last it was, and so is the digipack with the album and the acoustic CD, and also the jewel case, of course, will always probably be available. I know the vinyl is still available, and of course you can get it also on iTunes. Unlike last time, there are not different versions of the album. With the Quantum Enigma, there was like a bonus track that you could only get on iTunes, and a bonus track that you could only get with the digipack, and a vinyl only did. I think the earbook had a bonus track that was exclusive, the vinyl had a bonus track, and the Japanese version had a bonus track. So there were like 5 different versions of the album that you would have to buy if you wanted to get all of the tracks. But all 5 of the acoustic tracks are available on iTunes, I'm pretty sure, and they're also available, you know, on the digipack version. So it's not quite as like spread out. So you can it's definitely easy to get a hold of all of these tracks. I'm pretty sure they're on iTunes, and you know, so you should check them out. I know a lot of people in America don't listen to this European metal stuff because they just don't know about it, but I'm telling you, it's here and it's great. Anyway, so I am in love with this album, and I'm probably going to be listening to it a lot in the next couple of weeks, and possibly doing an a cappella cover. If you have listened to this album and you have favorites and you want me to do an a cappella cover of one, throw it out there and I'll learn it. And when I get the Sonic Seducer magazine with the Epica EP, I'll listen to that and give you a little bit of information about that as well. Hey guys, so I've been working in the lab all day and I don't really want to be in a video, but I promised that I would show you guys the Epica exclusive Edge of the Blade EP when I received it in the mail, and it is here. It comes with the Sonic Seducer magazine, which is from Germany. So I did have to order on the German website, but it was very much worth it. This was $10, 2 CDs, and this amazing magazine. This is a great magazine, by the way. I just want to point out, and there's actually a little blurb in here, I don't know if you can see it, about Amy Lee, her Dream Too Much CD. This is a sweet magazine. Just saying. And it also came with this other compilation CD from Sonic Seducer. But, okay, so here's the Epica article. This is song by song right here. So this is the CD. It comes in this white case. You can cut out the front insert, and it also has like a back insert. So I'm going to cut these out and put them in a jewel case. So this is my finished product CD. Track listing on the back. It does have Immortal Melancholy, this different version of the song. And it's nice. It came with, you know, spine as well. And Here's the CD. You can see it a little bit better. It is silk screened. Really similar to the Holographic Principle. Like, it feels, you know, it's very professional. So this is pretty cool. I liked that you could cut it out, and I don't know if you can see, I had to cut a little bit over the dotted line to make sure that it was going to be big enough, because the dotted lines do have it being a little bit smaller than like what my jewel case is. So anyway, so that is Edge of the Blade EP. Thanks for watching, and I hope you really enjoyed this review. If you like CD reviews, I've also done one of Taria's The Brightest Void and the Shadow Self, and I also did one of Dream Too Much by Amy Lee. I make music chat videos kind of like this one, not always reviews, and I also do a cappella covers and my own material that I put out on this channel. So if you like what you see, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video.